In this video, we're going to be going over your Essay 1 Expressive Essay on Storytelling. Don't worry about writing down everything that I mentioned in this video. I will make sure to include all this information underneath the video and will also be included once you start working on your outline. For our first essay, we will be focusing on the stories that shaped us as children. These early narratives are what gave us our first lesson on storytelling, and depending on the story, they likely also conveyed lessons and ideas to us that we still hold on to as adults. Some of us grew up with fairy tales about magical forests, evil stepmothers, and other fantastical characters. Others might have heard superstitions or cautionary tales meant to scare us away from bad behavior. Other children grew up hearing about mythological or religious figures or even family legends about things that happened before we were even born. Before we get started, I want to mention that storytelling is not going to look the same for everyone. Even if you don't remember hearing a story firsthand from a family member or a friend, you likely consumed media that served the same purpose. However you heard these stories, whether from family, friends, or even a Disney movie you watched on repeat, that is your experience. The important thing is to choose something that you remember well and that had an impact on you as a child. Now I'm going to go over the Essay 1 requirements. It may seem like a lot of information up front, but know that you won't be expected to write your essay from scratch. After you choose your topic, you will be given an outline to fill out with lots of helpful information and templates. This video is just meant to give an overview of what the final draft will look like and help you choose a topic that will be a good fit for the assignment. For this assignment, you'll be focusing on a story that was important to you growing up. You may choose to focus on a family legend, a fairy tale, scary story, or any other narrative that you remember well and that was important to you as a child. The final draft of your essay should do the following. Start your introduction with a hook using a quote from one of the readings that we have done in class so far. End your introduction with a thesis statement. In your first body paragraph, include a descriptive retelling of the story. Use as much detail as possible and make sure to provide any context needed to understand why the story is important to you. In your second body paragraph, you will be explaining the impact that the story had on you as a child, and to support your claim, you will provide 2 specific examples or memories from your childhood to support your point.
In your third body paragraph, explain how the story has shaped the person that you are today, and how you see the world. Make sure to use 2 specific examples from your adult life to support your point. Finally, you're going to end with a conclusion. This is where you're going to sum up your main idea and end your essay. Next, we're going to go over the general requirements for this essay.
The first requirement for this essay is that it will be 5 paragraphs long. As we go throughout the semester, we will be writing longer essays, but for this essay, I want exactly 5 paragraphs.
Your essay must include at least 1 quote and provide any citations for any sources used. This is going to be in your introduction, as I stated before, and I'll show you how to cite your sources later on. Your essay will also have a thesis and topic sentences for all the body paragraphs. I will show you how to write your thesis as well as your topic sentences later on. Before you turn in your final draft, you want to make sure to proofread for grammatical errors, punctuation, syntax, and style. If you want more information about how to do that, you can go to the Important Semester Information module, and there is a page on how to proofread and check for grammar. Because we will be citing a quote in your introduction, you are going to have a works cited page with 1 entry in it. I will go over how to do that, but just keep that in mind and make sure that when you do submit your final paper, you do have that works cited page attached. Before you start writing, you will be completing a brainstorming, planning, and outlining assignment. Don't work ahead, especially for this first essay. I will make sure to walk you through the different parts of the writing process, and I will let you know when you can start writing your final draft.
Please keep in mind that as you're turning in the different parts of your essay, I will be leaving feedback and giving advice of things to add or change. Make sure that you are listening or reading that feedback that I'm giving you and making any changes that I suggest before moving on to the next part.